Howdy folks, I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Saturday morning Reddit. Alright folks, our first letter is titled, Am I the jerk for meddling in my son's relationship and then shaming my son for lying? And this one does involve racism. I'm a 41-year-old female, and I have a son Connor, who's 25, who started dating this wonderful Dominican girl named Nicole about a year ago. My husband and I only met her 5 months ago. When we first met her, she was extremely uncomfortable around us. At first, I thought it was because my son had told me that she had an extremely terrible upbringing, so I assumed she wasn't okay with most people. He told me as a result she hated her family and her people's culture. Those were topics that I avoided when she was around. Well, about a week ago, my girlfriend took me to this cute little hole-in-the-wall Dominican restaurant where one of them complained about the food and asked to speak with the cook and manager. Well, what do you know? The cook is Nicole, and this is her family's restaurant. After my friends left, she and I sat down because I had questions, and I guess she did too, where I found out that my son lied to me and her. He basically told her that we hated all Latin American culture and people because of an accident that he had as a kid, causing him to have an allergic reaction. I then told her what he told me about her childhood. Afterwards, I didn't hear from him, but he did eventually come to my door screaming about how I ruined his relationship. Later on, my daughter filled in a few blanks, which was his plan, in his words, to stop her from cooking that stuff and cook normal food and be normal once things got more serious with them. I then called him and shamed him for everything, having such horrible views. Since then, he's been crying to everyone in the family about me ruining his relationship and judging him. Everyone he has talked to does agree that what he did wasn't okay. But they are shaming me now for not supporting my son's choice regardless and meddling. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk, and why would you support someone if they're racist?
If it was about food on its own, I could understand him taking his girlfriend aside and saying, hey, I would really appreciate it if you didn't cook with these certain spices because I don't like these particular spices. I do not, for the life of me, understand how you can wholesale hate the food from an entire culture, right? There are surely at least one dish in the entire culture that he would like. So this sounds more like he just doesn't like her culture, especially since what he did was he lied about everyone hating the culture, right? So this doesn't seem like he doesn't like the food. It seems like he does not like the culture as a whole, and he doesn't like his girlfriend's culture, and he wants her to be normal. So it seems like he systematically erased her culture in any family interactions. And that to me screams racism, right? So I do think that he's being racist here, and I think that I think you were right to sit down and talk with her because she had questions. Because you show up at a Dominican restaurant when he's been saying this entire time that you hate Dominican culture. So I'm sure she had questions. And then you see her at the restaurant, and so you have questions too, right? So I don't know how he expected to get away with this lie forever, right? How was he expecting you to never show up at a Dominican restaurant, right? So no, OP, I don't think you're a jerk, and I think you should not be supporting someone who has these kinds of dangerous views. Because again, it doesn't seem like this was a matter of he didn't like one little tiny thing here or there. It's that he didn't like any of it, period. Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Arbor Aberice says, not the jerk, you didn't meddle, you had a normal conversation with a nice woman that your son was dating. I'm puzzled by what his overall strategy was. Did he not think that you might start talking to each other at some point in time and compare notes? Good for you for calling him out on his awful views. And OP says he basically made it so he couldn't really speak properly. I'm not the kind of person to bring up possible trauma, and she didn't like us because she thought we hated her people because of what he said. That's exactly it. I'm sure she felt really bad after the fact, too. I'm sure everyone feels bad except for him. The only thing he feels bad about was being called out. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like, and if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. I hope you're all having a great Saturday, and I hope you have a beverage of choice here. I have some coffee. Amber has some tea. She has mint tea. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.